Hello students, welcome to Anne's classes. Let's do Factorization, Chapter 13. And we are doing Factorization, and the first question is the multiple choice type. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. So we have an expression here and this is equal to one of these answers. Now what is factorization? So now suppose I have the number 12. Okay, now what are the numbers that multiply to give me 12? 1 into 12 will give me 12. Then 2 into 6 will give me 12. Now 3 into 4 will also give me 12, isn't it? Now these numbers 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4 are the factors of 12. So when I write a product, now this is the product, when I multiply these I get a product, isn't it? When I write the product in the form of its factors, then it is called factorization. So here I have the factors. When I multiply that, I get the product. Again, I have factors. When I multiply, I get the product. Here also. So when you have factors that multiply to give you a product, that is called factorization. So this is put in this form. Okay. So that is factorization. Now here we have minus 7x square minus 14y. That's a binomial. So minus 7x square minus 14y. Now there are different ways to factorize. One is when we pick out the common factors. Now here we have 7 and we have 14. Let's pick out the common factors of 7. Okay, first the factors of 7 are 1, 7s are 7. Factors of 14 are 1 into 14 is 14. Then we have 2 7s are 14. Let's pick out the common factors. 1 is common, 7 is also common. Now, which is the highest common factor? The highest common factor is 7, isn't it? So, look at this now. Look at this expression. Now, the common factor of both is 7. And since we have a minus sign, minus 7 is common to both. So, what we're going to do is we're going to write minus 7 here and put the remaining in brackets. Whatever is left, we're writing it in brackets. So how do we find out what is left? Okay, so what we're going to do here is take this whole term, that is minus 7x square, and I'm going to divide it by this minus 7 which I've taken out. Okay, I'm going to divide it by minus 7. So what happens? The minus 7 and minus 7 gets cancelled, isn't it? Now similarly, here on this side, I'm going to write 14y and I'm going to divide it by minus 7 again. Same number, minus 7 and minus 7. So here, since I have already a minus sign outside, I'm going to change this to plus. It will otherwise also change to plus because there are two minus signs and I can cancel 7 and 14 by 2. Now let us see what is left. So outside I have 7. Inside this minus 7 has got cancelled. So I have only x square. And here I have plus because minus into minus is plus. So plus 2y. So once I divide, I get this. Now, this might seem a little difficult initially, especially when you do this division. But with a lot of practice, you won't even have to do the division. You will get it immediately. You'll be able to pick out the common factor. So this is what we have done now. So now, if you multiply this minus 7 into x square, you will get minus 7x square. Minus 7 into 2y, you will get minus 14y. So this is our answer, which is option D. So let's take option D. Question 2. Now here we have a into x minus y minus b into x minus y the whole square. What is that equal to? So let's write that down. A into x minus y minus b into x minus y the whole square. So here first what we are going to do is let's write the first expression as it is, the first part, then minus b. Now here can you see x minus y is the whole square. That means there are two of this. So this will be x minus y into x minus y if I expand it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out the common factor. Now again, look out for what is common. Now this is the first part, that is before the minus sign, and this is the second part after the minus sign. Now let's pick out what is common. If you look, you can see x minus y is common. One x minus y and this x minus y. So I'm going to write x minus y outside here. And let's see what is left. Now, like I taught in the previous one, let's divide. I've taken the first part, this part, and I'm going to divide it by x minus y. So let's divide this by x minus y. So what do we see? X minus y and x minus y gets cancelled, and what is left is only a. So I'm going to write that next to this. So let me put that in brackets. Since I already have common brackets, I'm putting a square bracket. So what have I done? I've done only this part, and since x minus y is here, I only need to put a. Now let me go to the next part. So here there are two x minus y. In that, one is already outside. So inside I have to have only one. So that means I will write minus b into x minus y, because there's only one x minus y I'm writing, because one x minus y is already outside. So out of the two, one is out here. Okay. Now let's simplify this part here. So this will be x minus y. This will remain as it is, x minus y. And in brackets, what do I have? I have a minus. Now let's multiply b into x. That will become bx. And I'm going to multiply minus b into minus y. So minus into minus is plus, b into y is by. Okay. So let me write this as x minus y, and here a minus bx plus by. So it's a product. It's a product of two expressions here. When I multiply this will give me this final answer. So these are the factors of this expression. So this is our final answer. Now let's see which option this is. X minus y. Okay, now here we have x minus y square. No. X plus y. No. Here we have x minus y, x minus y. Then it should be a minus bx plus by. So a minus bx plus by is here. So option C is our correct answer. Question 3. A square plus bc plus ab plus ac is equal to one of these. So let's first copy down the question. So a square plus bc plus ab plus ac. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and group them to make it a little convenient for us. So here I'm going to take a square and ab. Let's put them into one group. So that will be a square plus ab. Then I'm going to take the next group, which is BC and AC, because C is common there. So I'll put it as plus BC plus AC. Now from this first expression, I'm going to pick out the common one. Now here I have a square, that means there are two a's, and here there's one a. So I can take out the a. I can take out one a that's common. So what is left? Now again, we can use the division part. Okay, so I'm taking this a square plus ab. A square plus ab, and I'm going to divide it by this a. I'm going to divide it by a. So I've taken this first part and written here, and I'm going to divide both by a. So divide this by a and divide this also by a. So here what happens? One a gets cancelled, isn't it? One a gets cancelled, so I have only one a left. Here the a gets cancelled. So what is left here? A plus b, which I can write inside a plus b. Now let's look at the second part. Here we have BC plus AC. What is common? C. C is common, isn't it? So let's write that. So I'm going to write plus C. Now again, we can take this expression, that binomial BC plus AC, and divide both by C, because I've taken that out as common. I'm going to divide both by C. So this is divided by C and this is divided by C. I can cancel this C and I can cancel this C. So what do I have here? I have B plus A. B plus A or A plus B is the same. And since I have A plus B here, I'll put this A plus B here. So this becomes A plus B. So now what do I have? Can you see? I have a plus b and a plus b. I can write that once. And here I have a plus c. So I'm going to take this out first, a plus b. I'm writing only one of it, a plus b. And Now I can take the next one, a plus c. A plus c. So now we have factorized this expression into a plus b into a plus c. If you multiply these two binomials, you will get this back. So we have the factors of a square plus bc plus ab plus ac, and that is a plus b into a plus c, and which is the answer? A plus b into a plus c. This is our answer, the first option. Question 4. 1 minus 2x minus 2x square plus 4x cubed. This expression is equal to which of these factors? So here let's write the question. 1 minus 2x minus 2x square plus 4x cubed. Now here let's take the first two terms. Now we are going to put this down here with a common factor. Now which factor is common to 1 minus 2x? There is nothing that is common here, isn't it? 1 minus 2x, nothing that is common. When there is nothing that is common, you can take 1 as the common factor. So 1 as the common factor in brackets we have to write. Now after dividing this by 1, what will we get? So let me take this expression and write it here. 1 minus 2x. We'll divide both by 1. This one, we're going to divide this by 1. So when you divide it by 1, what do you get? You still get 1 minus 2x. So that I'm going to write it inside, 1 minus 2x inside. Now let's look at the second part. So here the second part is minus 2x square plus 4x cube. Let's write that. Minus 2x square plus 4x cube. Look only at the numbers 2 and 4. Okay, now which is common? 2. What are the factors of 2? 1 and 2. Take the next number 4. What are the factors? 1 4s are 4, 2 2s are 4. Now what is common? 1 is common, 2 is also common. Which is the highest common factor here? The highest common factor is 2. So we are going to take that 2 outside along with the minus sign, minus 2. Then here we have x square. Here also we have x, but it's x cube. So take the one with the smaller part, that is x square. So let's write that x square out. So we have minus 2x square. Now inside the brackets, what will we get? So let's take the first term and the second term and divide it by this. So the first term is minus 2x square. The second term is plus 4x cube. We're going to divide both by this minus 2x square. Minus 2x square, divide this also by minus 2x square. Okay, now what do we get? So when we divide this, we have minus 2x square and minus 2x square both get cancelled and we have only 1. Both are divisible 1 by 1. Now, going to the second part here. First the sign. So here let's write this down. So we have 1 here. Now here the sign plus into minus is minus. So we write minus. Now here we can cancel 2 and 4. So 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. Then what do we have? We have x to the power of 3 and x to the power of 2 and it's division. When it's division, remember we subtract the powers 3 minus 2 which is 1. So what do we have here? We have 2 x to the power of 1 which is x. So this is what we're going to have next. So we have minus 2x square already and in brackets we are going to write this which is 1 minus 2x. Now to form the factors, first let's look at the one in the bracket. It's the same, isn't it? 1 minus 2x and 1 minus 2x. So we write that first. So that is 1 minus 2x. Now the next factor that we are going to form is what is left outside the brackets. That is 1 minus 2x square into 1 minus 2x square. So this is our answer. And which option is that? 1 minus 2x. Let's look for that. We have 1 minus 2x here and here. But here it is 1 minus 2x square. So 1 minus is here. So option C is our answer. So this is our answer. Question 5. A into x minus y minus b into y minus x the whole square is equal to which of these options? So the question is a into x minus y minus b into y minus x the whole square. Now x minus y and y minus x are different. So what we have to do here is try and get it in this format. We need to try and get common ones, isn't it? So this I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to work on this b into y minus x the whole square. So let's take only that b into y minus x the whole square. So I'm going to write this as b into, instead of y minus x, I'm going to write minus x plus y into minus x plus y. Now what else is common? I can see minus common, isn't it? So I'm going to put that minus here. So along with b. So this becomes minus b. So when this becomes minus b, the minus sign from here has come out. So this will become plus and this will become minus, so that I get back this. So this is plus x and this becomes minus y. Similarly here, plus x minus y, because I have taken the minus sign out. So now I've got x minus y in the same format as this. Okay, so let's write it down here. Let's write this part below this. So here I have this first one as it is, no change in this first part. The second part is what I have worked out. I worked out this and we have got this. But the minus sign here remains. So let's write the minus sign here and let's put the rest of it in the bigger brackets. So what do I have? I'm going to write this one down there. So I have minus b into x minus y. So this is x minus y, again x minus y, and we can close the brackets. So I hope all of you understood how I got this. So this portion alone I have worked out into this. This minus sign remains the same. Now here I have x minus y. Here also I have 2x minus y. I can take one of those as a common one. So outside here I'm going to write x minus y. Remember, when we have two factors, if we divide with this x minus y, the common factor, you know that this will be removed. Anyway, I will do this just to help you understand. So I'm going to take this first part, that is a into x minus y, and I'm going to divide it by this common one. I've taken it out, isn't it? So when I divide it by x minus y, what happens? This gets cancelled. This and this gets cancelled. So I have only a left. So let me put that down inside. I have only a left. Now here, the second part, this also, if I divide it by x minus y, one of the x minus y's will go off. Okay, so I will be able to remove one of the x minus y. So what do I have left? Let me write. I'm going to put this minus sign next to this. And in brackets, I'm going to put whatever is left, minus b into x minus y. So that will be minus b into x minus y. One x minus y has been removed. Because that was common, we have put it out. Now we are going to work this out. So this will remain as it is. So this is x minus y. And here what do I have? In brackets I have a minus, let's work this out. So here I have minus b into x. Minus b into x is minus bx. Then I multiply minus b into minus y. So that becomes plus by. Okay, so now let's open those brackets. So I have x minus y and here I have a. Now here I'm going to open these brackets. Before I open, let me see the sign here. The sign is minus. That means these signs will change because minus into minus is plus, minus into plus is minus. So here it will become plus bx minus by. So now let's write this as factors. So x minus y, and then here we have a plus bx minus by. So these are the two factors that will multiply to give us this final product, which is this. Okay, so these are the two factors. Now which option is that? X minus y. So here we have x minus y, x minus y, x minus y. Next is a plus bx. So let's see, here we have a plus bx. Now here minus by, a plus bx minus by. Okay, so that is option A. So option A, this is our answer. It's the same as this. So this will have to be doing it very carefully, step by step, follow it and do. Question 2. Question 2. 17a raised to the power of 6 b to the power of 8 minus 34a to the power of 4 b to the power of 6 plus 51a square b raised to the power of 4. Now here we have three terms. It's a trinomial, isn't it? Now we need to pick out the common factor from these. Now let's take only the numbers 17, 34 and 51. Okay, let's find the factors. Now 17 is a prime number, so 1 and 17. So here, since this is a prime number, will be the only common factor here because this has only two factors. So 17 will be a factor of 34. It will be a factor of 51 also. So let's see that. Now 17 into 2. 2 and 17 will give us 34. 3 and 17 will give us 51. So 17 is the common factor. Okay, so let's take out 17 here. So I'm going to take 17 out and in brackets I'm going to put the rest of it. So before that, since we also have a to the power of 6, b to the power of 8, here also we have a and b, here also we have a and b. That means it's common to all three. Now look out for the smallest powers. Here a is raised to the power of 6, a 4 and a raised to the power of 2. So this is the smallest one, and b also, this is b to the power of 8, b to the power of 6 and b to the power of 4. That means we can take this. Okay, so this will be a to the power of 2 and b to the power of 4. This much is common to all three. So we can put this down, and now we are going to divide the first term by this, the second term by this, and the third term by this to get our terms inside the brackets. So let's start with the first one. The first one is 17, a to the power of 6 and b to the power of 8 divided by 17, a to the power of 2 and b to the power of 4. Now 17 and 17 we can cancel. Now look at a. A to the power of 6 divided by a to the power of 2 is a to the power of 6 minus 2. That becomes a to the power of 4. Look at b. B is b to the power of 8 and down we have b to the power of 4 minus we get b to the power of 4. So what do we have here? Here we have a to the power of 4 and b to the power of 4. So let's write that a to the power of 4 and b to the power of 4 minus, now we take the second term. We take the second term and divide it by this. So let's take the second term, 34, a to the power of 4, b to the power of 6 by the common factor, which is 17 a square a to the power of 4. Now 17 and 34, 17 twos are 34. So the number is 2. Now let's take a to the power of 4 and a to the power of 2, that is a to the power of 4 minus 2, which is a to the power of 2. Let's write it here, a to the power of 2. Now let's take b to the power of 6 and b to the power of 4. b to the power of 6 minus 4, which is b to the power of 2. So here we have b to the power of 2. So let's write it there, 2a square b to the power of 2. Now let's take the third term, that is 51a square b to the power of 4. Let's write that 51a square b to the power of 4 and divide this by the common term, which is 17a square b to the power of 4. So let's write 17a square b to the power of 4. Now here can you see a square b to the power of 4, both are common. A square and a square I can cancel. B to the power of 4 and b to the power of 4 I can cancel. And here also 17 into 3 is 51. So all I have left is 3. So let's write that. So that is plus 3 and we can close the brackets. So this is our final answer. So what do we have here? 17a square b to the power of 4 into a to the power of 4 b to the power of 4 minus 2a square b square plus 3. When you multiply this, when you have factorized this into its factors. So these are the factors and this is our answer. Question 3. So here again we're going to pick out the common factor. Now let's take only the numbers. So I have 3 and I have 27 and 12. Let's write the factors of 3. 3 is 1, 3's are 3. 27, 1 into 27 is 27, 3 9's are 27. For 12 we have 1 into 12, 2 into 6 and 3 into 4. Now pick out the common factors. So I have 1 which is common. I also have 3 which is common. And which is the highest common factor? The highest common factor is 3. So I'm going to put 3 out here. I'm going to take out the common factors. Now here, as you can see, I have x to the power of 5 by y, and here also x and y, here also x and y. Look out for the smallest power of x. Here I have x raised to the power of 5. Here x raised to the power of 4. Here x raised to the power of 3. So I'm going to take that as the common one. So this is 3 and x to the power of 3, which is the smallest power of x. Similarly, I'm going to look for the smallest power of y. So here I have y to the power of 1. So that will be the smallest. Here it is 2, here it is 3. So I just have 1 y. Now that means 3x to the power of 3 and y is common to all. Now I need to put in brackets whatever is left. Now how do I find what is left? I'm going to take the first term, 3x to the power of 5 into y, and divide it by the common term. So let's do that. So that is 3x to the power of 5 into y divided by the common term, which is 3x to the power of 3 into y. Now here I can cancel 3 and 3. I can cancel y and y. I only have x to the power of 5 divided by x to the power of 3, which is x to the power of 5 minus 3, because it's division, so it is x to the power of 2. So here I can just write x to the power of 2. Now I can take the second term, that is minus 27 x to the power of 4 y square. So let's take that minus 27 x to the power of 4 y square and divide this by the common term, which is 3 x to the power of 3 y. Now here this is a plus sign. So minus into plus is minus. And now I can cancel 3 and 27. 3 nines are 27. So let me write 9 here. Then here we have x to the power of 4 divided by x to the power of 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. So it is simply x to the power of 1 or x. Then here I have y to the power of 2 and here 1 y. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So it is simply y. So this is minus 9xy. Now I can take the last term and divide it by the common term. So the last term is 12x cube y cube and divide this by 3x cube y. So here let's see what we can cancel. I can cancel x cube and x cube, and I can do 3 fours are 12. So what do I have? I have 4 and then I have y to the power of 3 and divided by y to the power of 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. So this is y to the power of 2, which is plus 4y square. So this is our answer. Question 4. Here we have x square into a minus b minus y square into a minus b plus z square into a minus b. So what do you notice here? Can you see that a minus b is common to all? So we can write this as a minus b, take the common one, a minus b, and the rest of it we can write it in brackets. What is left? X square, then we have minus y square plus z square. So that's it. This is our answer. Question 5. X plus y into a plus b plus x minus y into a plus b. So it's very clear that a plus b is common. So let's take a plus b outside. Okay, and in brackets here what do we have? We have x plus y plus x minus y, x minus y. So this will be a plus b into, now let's work on this, let's simplify this. X plus x will give us 2x. And then when you look at the y's, you have plus y minus y, which will get cancelled, plus y minus y. So we have a plus b 2x, or we can write this as 2x into a plus b. So this is our answer. Question 6. 2b into 2a plus b minus 3c into 2a plus b. Again, you can see that 2a plus b is common. So we can write that as Take out the common factor 2a plus b, and the rest of it, what is left is 2b minus 3c, 2b minus 3c. So we've got the factors here. This is our answer. So we will stop with this for now, children. In our next video, we will continue with the remaining questions. Thank you.